Now, students, we are going to start with the second activity. Our aim would be to identify different materials and objects from them. Materials required here is plastic, paper, metal, glass, etc. Now, here our aim is to identify different materials. Think of different material like plastic, paper, metal, glass, etc. and different types of objects made from these materials and write them down in the following table. If you see on the next page of your book, there are materials and objects made from these materials. Like from plastic, you can make mug, pen, bucket. From wood, you can make chair, table, desk. From paper, you can make notebook, textbook, craft material. So all the materials are made up of matter. And in the beginning of the lesson, I told you anything that occupies space and has mass is called as matter. The amount of matter contained in a object is called its mass, and the amount of space occupied by that object is called its volume. Please remember the definitions are very simple. Till now, whatever I have taught, you have to go ahead and learn four definitions. What is matter? What is material? What is mass? And what is volume? We'll revise again. Anything that occupies space and has mass and can be felt by us is matter. The amount of matter contained in an object is called its mass, and the amount of space occupied by an object is called its volume. Now, is air a matter? The answer is yes, because air also has certain mass and air also occupies certain space. Or air also has, we can directly say, air has some mass and occupies some volume or has some volume. Now, how can you prove that air has mass and occupies some space? The experiment is very simple. You can demonstrate by yourself at a home and you can see that air has mass as well as occupies space. Now, the material required here is a deflated balloon, a weighing balance, sand, and a pump. Now, what you have to do is you have to place a deflated football or a balloon on the left pan of a weighing balance. Now, put some sand gradually on the other pan so that you can get the weight of the deflated balloon. Now, remove the deflated balloon from the left pan. With the help of a pump, blow some air in the balloon. And again, after filling air, tie the balloon so that the air does not escape and keep the balloon on the pan again. You will see the mass has changed. The mass has increased. Why did this mass increase? The mass increased because air was not there when we had a deflated balloon. Now we have inflated the balloon, we have filled in air in it, and that air has certain mass. Therefore, the mass of balloon has changed. Thus, from this experiment, we can conclude that air has mass. Now, let's see activity 4. Aim is to show that air occupies space. In the previous example itself, we have discussed this. Instead of taking football, I had taken balloon as an example. The activity remains the same. Take a deflated balloon, a piece of chalk, and a table. Place a deflated balloon on a table. Mark the space occupied by the deflated balloon with a chalk. Now fill air in the balloon and again place the balloon at the same place. You will see its volume has increased. That means air occupies space. In your book, if you see, observation given is the space occupied by the inflated balloon is more than the space occupied by the deflated balloon. If you are confused about inflated, deflated, balloon which does not have air is called deflated balloon. Balloon in which the air is filled is called as inflated balloon. Thus, from this, we can conclude that air occupies certain space. So from the above two activities, it is clear that air has mass and occupies certain space. So air is a matter. Now, is water a matter? Water is much easier example as compared to air. Water is also a matter because it has mass and occupies space. Now I'll be doing two more activities to understand that water is a matter and occupies space. Now here activity is to show that water is matter. We will take two similar empty bottles and water. Now procedure, take two similar empty bottles, fill one of them with water and leave the other one empty. Lift both the bottles with your hands, one bottle in each hand. Which of the two makes you feel heavier? The one filled with water or the one filled without or one without water? Now, if you lift the bottle, you can clearly feel that the bottle which has water will be more heavier as compared to a bottle which does not have water in it. So, in your observation, it is written the bottle filled with water feels heavier. Now, from this, we can conclude that water has mass. It also occupies certain space inside the bottle. Since water has mass and it also occupies space, hence we say that water is matter. I have solved the checkpoint one for you. What you can do is you can copy down these answers in your notebook. Copy down these answers in your textbook. You will write only the question answers which I will be discussing at the end of the lecture of this topic. So the first fill in the blanks is a substance from which an object is made is called a material. Your answer is material. That was a definition for material on the first page of the book. Anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. The amount of matter contained in an object is called its mass. Again, this is a definition for mass. The amount of space occupied by an object is called its volume. Guys, if you want, you can learn these four definitions and write these four definitions in your notebook. That will really help you. For exam point of view, table, chair, table, and air are all examples of. Now, they are all examples of material. So, in the next session, what we are going to do, we are going to study about the composition of matter, and what actually matter is made up of. And in the third lecture, after completing this lesson, we are going to discuss the question answers. When I discuss question answers, at that point of time, you can freeze the frame and copy down the answers in your notebook. Students, it's my humble request that please write the question answers or things which I say to write in a notebook, because that will help you for your studies in future for your exams. So please do not miss out on the things. If something is not understood by you, you can keep on asking me doubts. I hope that you are keeping safe at home. I know this is difficult time. We have to go ahead and be patient. So be patient, enjoy studying, help your parents. Thank you. Have a great day.